They can figure out exactly why their numbers are different from ours. I have not circled back around with him in the last few weeks. But he was going to get with, Tom was going to get with Irene. And when he sent that to me, I know she was going on vacation the next week.
Okay.
So they probably have not circled back around. I will get back with them and see if they have an update so I can provide, so either myself or Tom can provide something in August at the next meeting.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, are we ready for the recurring business report? The schedule of historic funds?
Year-to-date, as of May 31st, 2018, beginning balance, $230,630,954.83. Interest income, $4,572,327.14. Administrative expenses, $161,391.15. Return of benefit payments, $51,987.96. Recurring benefit payments, $27,855,453.37. Employer contributions, $6,744,066.31. Realized gain of $1,953,884.63, and an unrealized gain of $4,823,684.28. That is a net change, a loss of $9,870,894.20, bringing our ending balance to $220,760,060.63. We are $9,252,902.52 less than the same time last year.
Any questions? All right. There being none, let's move on to the OPEB trust status.
And I apologize, I did not put the page in here, but there has been no change. It is still at $3 million.
So no interest will be accruing?
Not that I saw, because it didn't get started right away, so. But I will make sure I have an update for as of June 30th.
All right, great.
And if that is not the case, I will send an email out to everybody and let you know.
Thank you. All right, we have some unfinished business. The investment committee has a report on the RFP status.
I'll let Mike, you wanted to talk about that?
Okay, we've completed the interview phase of this process. We are in the process of gathering additional information, which include reference checks. And once we get past that, the investment committee will have a final recommendation. So we'll have it ready for your next board meeting.
Is that going to be, that's the same meeting that we have our people coming in and talking to us, right?
All right.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Okay. So maybe the board meeting after that there.
All right, very good.
Mhm.
Any questions? All right, there's a new business. We have an invoice to approve.
These are for the multi-payment letters that were sent out, one for the supplemental system, one for the fire and police. That was a letter that was sent out to retirees informing them that if they had their check split between a main account and a credit union, they would no longer, it would all be going to the main bank account listed. They would no longer be sending a small amount to the credit union that was specified, because apparently that takes a lot of time and effort, because it's not something that John Hancock can do automatically. It's a lot of manual processes. And they sent a letter out to all of the retirees that had that situation to let them know that that would no longer be done.
Do we know how many were impacted by that?
I do not know. I was unaware of it until I got a phone call from a retiree asking me about it.
seems like a
That's what
lot of money.
those invoices are for.
Looks like more fire and police certainly than,
Well, there's more people in fire and
Right.
police.
still not a significant amount. Any other questions? Do I have a motion to approve their invoices?
I move we approve the invoices.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye, please.
Aye.
Any opposed? Is there any other business to come before the board?
Madam Chair, I'd just like to make the board aware, if Mr. Challenger didn't make the announcement at the last meeting, Mr. Challenger and I had the opportunity to attend the National Association of Public Pension Attorneys Conference in Savannah 2 weeks ago, the last week of June. We gained quite a bit of information. We will be circling back around with staff in terms of sharing that information, and we will be keeping you advised as we gain expertise and try to improve on the systems that we already have in place. We will let you know what those impacts may be from the information that you all receive, but it's been very helpful. I have been to 2 conferences. Mr. Challenger went to his first in June, and I will tell you that we gained quite a bit of knowledge from talking with our colleagues with funds of all varying sizes and the issues that are coming up. And so we do that to keep you all protected and make sure the system runs as it should, and we protect the city's dollars, and the retirees' dollars, I should say.
Were there some key points?
Well, yes, cybersecurity continues to be a concern. I have talked to my colleagues across the country about cybersecurity issues and the competing interest of public information as it relates to city and state employees. I received some good information from the folks in California. They too have the same or similar concerns. But again, we have this tension going back and forth. And so we will be making some inroads and continue to try to push back, because California's experience is that those with the highest retirement funds are the ones that are being targeted by cyber hackers and those sorts of folks. And so that's been the concern in the city otherwise with releasing public information on employees, but it is sort of playing out. So we're taking a look at those types of issues. The other things are simply due diligence issues in terms of certainly making certain that we are addressing needs, reducing fees with relationship to investments to the extent that we have those kinds of controls, the fiduciary duties on behalf of boards like yourself, as well as the fiduciary duties of our managers and the staff. But it is good to see, as you look at the several functions, compliance, investments, board governance, those are probably the 3 or 4 main areas, and there's a litany of issues within those. And so from the staff standpoint, we're going to go through all of those and check and double check our internal processes, and then we may come back to you all about some more division of responsibility in terms of oversight, looking at those issues individually once you scale it down to the size fund we have here.
Okay. Was there any discussion after what happened in Virginia Beach and the vote and the industrial authority? There seems to be some confusion to me, obviously, from board members not understanding their ties to various banks or other types of institutions, investment firms, whatever, and whether or not they should abstain from voting or vote. So was there much discussion on that, or do you think maybe, I know we fill out those forms every single year, but it seems to me that sometimes people on boards are not understanding thoroughly what extensions of their ties could possibly be considered as just not a good idea to vote.
I will tell you that is always some level of difficulty trying to unravel that and always maintain a fresh and a current knowledge of your ties that may underlie a particular transaction. We can certainly provide you all information from a conflict of interest standpoint, and we're always available, and we do that for all the boards that we sit on. If you think you have an issue, you could certainly ask my office. There's also now a statewide conflict of interest advisory council, and so you can actually go to a third party, provide them the information, and they will give you guidance also. But it is a bit of a challenge for some to keep their hands on all of their relationships, and then when those occasions come, recalling that, oh, I have a relationship with one institution or another, and whether or not it may conflict with a particular vote or decision that comes up. That happens fairly regularly because if you've got a portfolio of things going on, or you've got an old relationship or old bank account or something like that, sometimes folks lose track of those. But we provide that information to you all, and I know we are talking about doing a refresher for staff, and so that we can put some materials together for you all on that subject matter also.
I can see the RFP as an example right now. We don't know who the candidates are outside of the committee, and we wouldn't know if we had a relationship with any of those that are being considered.
And so the issue would be for, the issue in that case, of course, is for the investment committee at the start, and then it would be for you all at the end. Now, again, sometimes you have these issues where there's underlying issues. Like several years ago with Virginia Beach, the issue was funding for developers. And so at face value, you saw development coming forward. You didn't necessarily, the city council wouldn't have need to know who all the funding levels were. But that became an issue later on. And so certainly you have to do your best effort, but I'll tell you that sometimes there may be tangential issues that just don't surface at the time.
Okay. Any other questions or business to come before the board? If not, could I have a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
No nays? Sorry for the very short meeting, but we did need to approve an invoice, so that was some business. And we weren't sure what we were going to hear about the RFP status, so that could have been important too. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Have a good day.